My name is Tony Wagner. I currently serve as an expert in residence at the Harvard Innovation Lab. I'm also the author of a half a dozen books on education and a recovering high school English teacher. For the last 3 years, I have worked very closely with Ted Dintersmith and others on two major projects. One is a feature-length documentary film that premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in January of 2015 called Most Likely to Succeed. The other is a book by the same title, co-authored with Ted Dintersmith. Both the book and the film explore the whole question of how do we best prepare our kids for the innovation era. You know, we still talk about a knowledge economy and the need for knowledge workers, but that was a term Peter Drucker coined in 1959. We no longer have a knowledge economy. Knowledge has become a commodity, free, like air, like water, growing exponentially, changing constantly on every internet-connected device. There is no longer a competitive advantage in knowing more than the person next to you because they're going to Google it and figure it out just in time. And so the whole idea that school should be about transmitting academic content knowledge primarily or even exclusively, we think is fundamentally obsolete. So what's the alternative? Well, that's what we really explore in the book and in the movie, Most Likely to Succeed. The question is, what are the skills that matter most in the innovation era? What are the dispositions, the habits of mind and heart that matter most? And one of the things we've discovered is that the kids who were most likely to succeed in the past in a knowledge economy because they were good at the game of school are not going to be the ones most likely to succeed in the future. Today's world demands, sure, that academic content knowledge matters, but skills matter more, and motivation matters most. So as we think about preparing lessons, units of study, whatever the grade, whatever the content, I believe we have to think about all three. What is the academic content I want my students to master? How important is it? How do I know? What are the skills I'm teaching at the same time? How will I assess them? And finally, how do I develop the intrinsic motivation through play, passion, and purpose that ultimately is actually most important? Because if our students leave us intrinsically motivated, they will continuously acquire the new skills and the new content knowledge they will need throughout their lives. So what can you do? Well, I recommend first and foremost that you sponsor a showing of our movie, Most Likely to Succeed, in your local communities. You can go to mltsfilm.org and find out about how you can sponsor a local screening and then kind of inspire a deep and important conversation with your school and your community about what it means to be an educated adult in the 21st century.